Hey guys, so I'm doing a beer, and I'm treating the specialty grains like a mini mash, only because I'm pretty sure the Caramunic malted grain that I have isn't a specialty grain, but in fact is a grain used for all graining or brew in the bag and stuff like that. So we got 450 of Caramunic malted grain, 100 grams of chocolate grain, 130 grams of crystal light grain. Now, this is basically a spare grain brew because I need to use up all that grain that I've got. So here we go. Alright, so I'll be keeping it between, I don't know, 60 and 67 whatever degrees for about maybe an hour. I might not even do a whole hour, I might even just do 45 minutes or something like that. Just because I can, you know, who cares? We'll see. I'm not going to be, I don't expect to extract too much sugars. I don't expect too much conversion from the starches into sugars, but why not do it, you know? Hey guys, so the grains have steeped or been kept at about 65 degrees Celsius for about an hour, or it was about 45 to maybe 50 minutes to about an hour. Anyway, so bringing this mixture to a boil, adding 500 grams of Cooper's light dry malt extract. I'm doing this double fisted, so it'll all mix in eventually. So basically that's going to be it's going to bring the gravity up slightly, so when I do my hop addition everything should be sweet. And I'm going to only do a 15-minute boil, so the Wolflock tablet will go in at 15 minutes. Alright guys, so the boil has started, pretty much. Yeah, I'm happy with that. 15 minutes. There we go. Wolflock. Ooh, love it. And there's another very important part to this process. Cheers. Okay, 5 minutes. 25 grams of Enigma. There we go. Seems like a lot, eh? But 25 grams it is. And then at flame out, another 25 grams. So we'll see you then. Okay, flame out guys. Jump. Another 25 grams of Enigma. Okay, mixing that in. Alright guys, so next time you see me I'll be getting the whole thing set up in the fermenter. Doing one of these, another one of these, with one of these. Brew A IPA. Be putting in the Brew A IPA in that as well. Bringing this down. I'll throw some ice in that. And we'll get this all set out. By the way, the smell of this Enigma is absolutely gorgeous. See you guys soon. Alright guys, so I've pitched the Thomas Cooper Selection White Packet Yeast in here, and there it is. A little bit in the middle, a little bit on the side, a little bit on the other side. Now, as you can see, I'm using my in-fermenter adjunct filter, and I haven't used that in a very long time. Any of you guys who watch my videos know that I haven't shown a video using that particular adjunct filter for a very long time. Now the reason why is that I'm noticing when I use extra grains and stuff like that, and even hops to a certain extent, unless you cold crash, well, this is my experience, unless I cold crash almost every brew before I put it in the keg, I do happen to come across a fair bit of sediment and stuff just from combination of the powder from the grains, all that kind of stuff. The beauty of this is that because I have that ring that's around the bottom of that fitting there, that holds around the hop sock, I can pour the complete ingredients from the grain, tea mixture, the hops, all of that right through there. And it does actually carry a fair bit of that extra sediment in there. So by the time you come to bottle or keg, you do automatically have a reduced sediment level, which will show through to the end result of the beer, either coming out of the tap or coming out in the beer. So there we go. So this is my spare grain IPA, and with heaps of Enigma. So that was 15 grams of, 25 grams of Enigma at 5 minutes, and 25 grams at flame out. So this is a beautifully smelling beer. And by the way, the gravity came out a heck of a lot higher than I actually thought it would. So that's going to be interesting. Alright guys, it is time for the tasting of the spare grain IPA. Now, not going to lie, I've already had this, but this is for you guys just to have a look at it. So here we go. Remember, it's a heavy one. It's 7.8% in the keg, and it's going to be 8.2% in the bottle. Cheers. A little bit more. Oh, no, that's still good. Now, get a look at this colour for you. Alright, clear as a bell, really nice colour. It's kind of more copper. It looks a lot more darker than it is. When the lighting is good, it's fantastic, the colour. Now, definitely some really decent malt characteristic. Hang on a sec. Here we go. Very decent malt characteristic there. The smell, it's actually got a little bit of a herbal smell to it. So you've got that herbal sort of earthy smell, fragrance, and the Enigma very much comes through as well. And as it should, because I just found out this the other day that the Brew A IPA kit actually has Enigma and Cascade in it, I'm pretty sure. So I didn't know that, but so this is really an Enigma powerhouse. Yeah, so gorgeous looking beer. Yeah, very, very nice. So quite chilled there. Anyway, so it definitely smells like an IPA. Definitely. But because this is a 7.8% beer, one of the things which is quite obvious is that it's the alcohol in a way masks some of the flavour, because it is so high in alcohol. And this would be a fantastic beer to age. I would potentially do this again and give it to people as a vintage, so they can maybe try it after 6 months or even a year. The ABV is definitely high enough to withstand the test of time. You could age it for 20 years if you wanted to, because the ABV is going to be 8.2, which is going to naturally preserve it. And you got all those hops there as well. Anyway, let's just go in, guys. Oh, yum. Oh, wow. Okay, it's been in the keg for a while. The flavour really coming through nice. The malt is actually a little bit more present now. Maybe just needed to mellow in the keg for a while. In some ways, it doesn't taste as alcoholic as it is, and in some ways, it does. I guess because it's an Enigma. But yeah, you know what? I had so much fun making this. Reason being is because, if you've got a bunch of grains and you're not exactly sure, how old they are and you want to use them up, this is only my opinion. Just throw them all into a hop tea sort of mixture and actually mash them. Keep it at a temperature between 60 and 65 degrees for a whole hour. You might as well. It's only 30 minutes more than 30 minutes. So, you know, if you're going to do a steep, why not just control the temperature a little bit more and actually do a mash and just see what you can get out of it. This beer was never meant to be 7.8. And it did. And I converted, obviously, the sugars that I converted that were in some of the malted grains and some of the specialty grains. A lot of them had to have been fermentable sugars, because otherwise I wouldn't have got the original gravity that I did. And the final gravity should have been higher if those sugars weren't fermentable, if that makes sense. But the gravity was 12. Okay, so 72 down to 12. So not bad, and that's just doing the Cooper's yeast. If you like Imperial IPAs, I think you're going to like this. It's a great beer. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd share it with you. If you need to use up your grains, have a bit of fun, do a mash. I'll be doing it from now on. I mean, why not? If I've got extra 30 minutes, you got nothing to lose, really. I don't think. Anyway, that's just me. I'm not a professional by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not that hard to make good beer. So keep it easy, as guys. 17, and yeah, cheers.
Come for the brew, stay for the crew.